Alright, we will see how today goes. I said my main account got in trouble, so I'm like, here in that fun land where I'm like, yeah, I said my main TikTok got bananered until tomorrow morning. So I'm like, okay, we'll try. I'm hoping I went out and I did an event this weekend, and the Facebook, like they had music and stuff playing there. Like I normally don't. So if you're in my Facebook, please let me know if you can hear me. It kept wanting to like mute me. But so I went out the other night, right? Which is why I like didn't use Facebook for like a long period of time because I was like, well, I always have like music going in the background. So if it, I don't want to be muted all the time. And I went out and I did an event the other night, and I said I got in trouble on my TikTok. So I was like, okay, I'll just go live on there. At least people can see the event, and people were able to like hear me and see me talk and whatnot. So I was like, oh well, that's promising. I said I normally come on first thing in the morning and I do the weird news. I love the weird news. I'm like I said, I will be back to running normally tomorrow morning. I think my thing is over at like 10:45, something like that. So I said, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know, good morning guys, welcome through. So I like to do the weird news. I don't know. I like doing just I'll like, doom scrolling is something that everybody does. And I said I'm dual streaming, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, promise you it's just the other chat. But so, doom scrolling like everybody does, right? So I like I'll just kind of jot down stuff that I come across that I'm like, oh, okay, like this seems okay. This seems interesting to me. And then I will share that information while I do my makeup and get ready for like a productive day first thing in the morning. So I'm typically on live every single morning. I said I normally don't come on Facebook just because I don't know if people can hear me or not. It's like I don't want to, what I mean? Like, but so I was reading recently, like people were saying, or it says online that like they allow music now, which I don't know if they do or not, but they, as long as it's not like the main focus, like there's not like just images in the background with it going, like you're not like playing like the wall, like or something like that. So I'm trying to keep it low. I'm hoping once I get somebody in my Facebook, they'll be able to tell me if they can hear me. Call me. What would you like me to call you, SC? I was going to call you SC. Does that work? And I said, guys, I am dual streaming. So if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, promise you it's just the other chat. I have not lost my mind yet. At least not all the way. Not all the way. You know what I mean? Still, hi, what's going on, Aussie? Welcome through. Do me a favor, tap the screen like the live. It helps me trend higher. So I'm on my TikTok, my Edge of the Easel one, which is my business page. I got in trouble. Like I had an event Saturday night, which like I loved it. It was a great event. Like I strongly like I said I paint and whatnot, and this was an art event. So that was like it was cool just to see like they're actually sending me shit through right now, which I think is funny. The pictures have been coming back. They're great pictures. It's an event, and like nobody's gonna like everything. Like that's all there is to it. I can have my opinions about stuff. People can have their opinions about my stuff. At the end of the day, you work with what you got. You know what I mean? So it was literally only like 20 minutes that we were painting, and we're all standing around in a circle, right? And we've got those big tall easels up, which I normally don't use anyway. My hands, I have epilepsy, so my hands get really shaky and whatnot. So I need like a stable. So that was weird. And then kind of, it didn't occur to me that people would be talking to me while it was happening. So I had like, at one point I realized because people just circle you. Like, and there's different rounds and all this stuff. And it's like, it was a really, really cool event. But people are like circling. Oh, okay. I'm brain Bracco. What's going on? I don't know what that means, but okay. But so, they like circle around you and they're watching you paint, which is also very like new. I mean, it was like I'm not used to having somebody, let alone like whole crowds of people. There were a lot of people at this event. It was a great event. But I'm not like I don't know. That it was a new experience. So then and when I get going, like and I said you only have 20 minutes. So you could be the best artist in the whole world. They give you 20 minutes, there's not shit you can do. Like you just work with what the time you're given. And I liked a lot of the pieces. For some reason we all ended up doing like birds. Like there were a lot of people, none of us knew what the other ones were gonna do. But from an artist's perspective, that's one of like it's not easy to do. But if you just do the head of it and you don't do every single feather, you know what I mean? There's ways that it can be done. I ended up doing a phoenix, right? And there was a guy, he was from Philly, and he actually did a bird skull, and I was like, oh, that's pretty clever, because everybody like it was like birds. The woman that won, she did like landscapes. She's won before, you know what I mean, like that sort of stuff. But I don't know. It was like a really good experience. So I will definitely do more events like this. This venue is gorgeous. I said it's in Delaware. It's gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful venue. It was a 1930s movie theater. And I mean, when I say it's like massive, it's massive. And so you're on the floor of this, right? They had people on the stage that were all like different artists that were coming in. They got like 2 hours to do their pieces, and those pieces got auctioned off there. Like there was a lot of stuff going on. It was very much like a cultural event, which I thought was really cool. And I would like to get more involved into, oh, I don't know what that means, VTC. But so I would like to get more involved in like that sort of local scene. Like, you know what I mean? So this was like a really good, like, you know. Oh, hey, I haven't seen you. Hi, Alexander. What's happening? Guys, welcome through. Tap the screen from you like the live. It helps me draw more people in, and I love that. I love that. I said my main TikTok got bananered the other day, so I didn't get to stream the event, but that's okay because I streamed it. I got to do it on YouTube. I had it open on TikTok at some, or not on TikTok, on Facebook at some point. Like I jumped around a little bit with it, but like I said, so it's, and then people kept talking to me. Like I didn't realize why so many artists, like they brought their earphones, right? And they made it a point to not bring earbuds. Like I was walking around, I figured, most people, that's what they do, is they'll put on like a TV show, and they'll get their work done. They'll put music on in the background, whatever gets you in the zone, right? I realized very quickly why people wore the earphones, right? Because people will come up. You only have 20 minutes, right? Like I said, we're all standing in a circle, and there's like different rounds to it, and we're painting, and we're like it's very a lot of stimulation. Like it's very overwhelming. But then the part that I didn't expect is while you're doing it, people come up and want to talk to you about what you're doing. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, that's neat. Like, oh, da da da. Like, I didn't even realize people were talking to me until I looked like kind of like this, and I realized there was a woman wearing a red shirt or like a red jacket behind me. And like, I look back over, and then they keep announcing, oh, 10 minutes left. And you're like, fuck, I still have so much to do. Like, da da da. Hello, what's going on, Dinesh, guys? And I said I am dual streaming, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you it's just the other chat. Something I started doing a few months ago. I said I've been doing YouTube for like a couple months now, and I've been enjoying it. It's very like hit or miss. Like sometimes all it takes is just getting the right people through that are like, yeah, let's click the screen, let's like this live. But so I said overall, though, it was a great event. I did feel bad because there was one guy who, like, listen, when you look at paintings and stuff, especially like portraits or things with more details, like it uses more time. It's not something, it's not like graphic design where you're like, all right, da, 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 da. Like you have to like take it and mold it and da 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 and all this other stuff, right? And it was a cool idea. Like it was a cool idea, but even just drawing it out took up almost all of his time. So it was a hand, right? And it was stuck between cogs, right? And like I thought that's really cool, and it had the red stuff coming down. I thought that's real cool, but I felt bad because he only made it like 5% into it. Like you could see like there was like a hand, but it was neat. But so everybody else got theirs done. I did not finish mine. I would have done much better, like I said, with more time. Like this was a new experience for me, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Everybody there was super nice. Everybody there was like super supportive, super friendly. Like I looked at some of their other events, stuff like that. I was gonna say, my one person watching on Facebook, can you let me know if you can hear me? If Facebook's very touchy, sometimes like it's very touchy. Like heaven forbid I have like something up too loud, then it doesn't want to. Oh, and I said, guys, before I forget, my I was streaming on there the one day, and like people kept coming in like, you're muted, and then I realized it was because I had my too loud. But so make sure to go check out my website. I have a lot of stuff up there. There's a lot more stuff to go. So I said I do the weird news first thing in the morning. And if you're new, you're more than welcome to come and chit chat with me. Like I said, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube, all that good stuff. I love it when people stop by to see me. But so okay, here's what's happening in the weird news today, and we are going to be productive today. Damn it, we are. Nah, I'm not gonna procrastinate too long. I've got shit to do. And I said I also do online painting classes. So if anybody is curious on an intro to painting class, you can always send me a message. I do everything through Zoom. I like for people to be as comfortable as possible and all that. So, you know, but so and it was funny because like I'm not gonna say like what my last name is. Right, like my actual last name. I said I normally go by Misfit Ren for my art because people on the internet can be crazy. They can be crazy. On the internet, it just takes one person being a little crazier than you, and you know what I mean. So it was funny though because the host the other night, they really just got like a tickle out of it. Like I don't know, like they kept bringing it up. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, but I said everybody was so nice. It was such a great event. Like and then I said I'm not normally like into like spoken word and like poetry and stuff like that, but they had some really really good poets there. Like they had some really really good poets. Like there was one guy and I was like, holy shit, like you know what I mean, like like that's I mean it was like I said I don't normally get into it, but like I did get into that. Alexa, play Bring Me the Horizon Radio on Pandora. Hopefully that doesn't shut my sound off, you know. There we go. So guys, welcome through. Tap the screen, please. I said I'm on my backup TikTok. I normally go live on Misfit Ren. But I got in trouble the other day for that was it for something that I wasn't even doing, but that's okay. The restriction will be off tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, we'll just hang it out. But oh, I read about this one the other day. I said I'm in Delaware. It's very boring here. I like to stream because this is more fun than anything to do here. But so there was a customs. It's Delaware County, but it's up in Pennsylvania, right? And they seized, like I said, Kensington and Philadelphia are having a really bad substance problem right now. So customs seized. It was 7 pounds of Breaking Bad, what that show was about. Yeah, it was that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like you got to be real ballsy to take that through customs. Like, it's crazy. I'm good. I said I don't feel the need to try any new substances in my life. I can fuck up my life without it. Like, there we go. All right. So let's see. Oh, I've seen this video. There's a video that's going viral right now. And like it's just like listen, this I don't give a fuck who this guy is, how great looking he is. I'm not judging him based on what he was doing at all. Like I said, I know a lot of different types of people that have a lot of different types of life, right? So he was having an affair. This happened in Japan. It was just like the other day, right? And the video, like, I was like, oh my God. Like, so he, like, in the traditional comedy style, wife coming home, like, go out the window thing, right? He puts her out the window. And she's standing on the ledge, and it's something like 6 stories up. It was either 5 or 6 stories, right? And she's walking on the ledges from one to the other. Like, I'm like, yo, dude, listen, Daddy, he is not worth that. he is not, like, if somebody tried to put me out the window, like I said, I'm not judging him or her based on, but like, I'm not going out the fucking window. I'd rather deal with the wife. Like, that's pretty bad when he's like, here, like, you could possibly, wreck my life or you could possibly fall to your death. Okay, well, let's, like, it's a little selfish. I'm just saying, like, maybe you should have just let your wife find out. Like, that could, he imagined too if she'd fallen, like the video. I was like, oh God, no, that would have never happened. I would have no upper body strength whatsoever. And like, but can you imagine if she'd like fallen? I think she was in a nightie. If I remember, it was either a nightie or a dress, but like there was Like, I don't know if she had drawers on under that. I don't know, but if not, then everybody got a show. Guys, good morning. Welcome through. I said I am dual streaming, so if you guys hear me talk to somebody who's not in your chat, I promise you it's just the other chat. I have not officially lost my mind yet. Yeah, they still early. They still early. Caffeine still kicking in. So yeah, like I said, over the weekend it was a really really good weekend. I'm getting ready to go on vacation next week. My dog's gonna miss me. My dog's gonna miss me. I'll be gone for like 3 days, which is like an eternity for him. He literally like follows me around the house. Like I'm gonna like it's gonna break my heart to leave him. I went to my sister's house. I think it was a couple years ago now or last year, and I was gone for like 5 days. He was not hearing it. He was not hearing it. So I'm having one of my friends come over and let him out, all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Like, but he doesn't like to not have me around. I don't like to not have him around. Okay, so let's see. But yeah, watch the video. If you get a chance to watch the video is like, it's very alarming. Alarming is like a good word. Like I said, I would be like, you asshole, you want me to go out of a window? You want me to go out of a window rather than your wife finding out. And I said, guys, if you're new, you're more than welcome to come chit chat with me. I try to come on live like every morning. I'm doing Facebook Live today. I typically don't just because I know that they have music issues. But we're going to see. We're going to see if we're actually able to be heard this morning. And I said, I like to do the weird news in the morning while I get like my makeup on and get like my day started. So if you're new, like I said, you're more than welcome to come and chit chat with me. Thanks for even taking time to stop by and see me. I appreciate it. I said, I can't wait to get my main account back. I can't wait. I'm like, hurry up. So, yeah, so over this weekend I did an event. It was my first time doing this event. It was a very, very cool event. It was very well put together. It was very like the people that organized it, they did a fantastic job. Like they were like super nice. Like all the other artists were like super nice. Like it was a very supportive event. It was a competition, but it wasn't competitive, if that makes sense. Like and not every piece that I like I'm entitled to an opinion. You know what I mean? Like not every piece I liked. I'm sure that there were a lot of them that didn't like mine, and I'm okay with that. Like you kind of like put yourself out there when you show it. Like you're like, all right, some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. Like that's all there is to it. Say hi George. What's going on? How are you? Look, I'll even put your name in there too. Okay, so let's see. Did you guys see? There's a video going around right now, and I actually thought this was cute. There was motion detectors that went off in a liquor store, right? And, and they looked on the camera, like the security company looked on the camera, right? I don't know if maybe they came in the next morning and realized it. Like I've seen the video. If you haven't seen the video, thank you for tapping the screen. I appreciate it. Keep tapping that screen. Yeah, there we go. Good afternoon, Misfit. Subscribe to your channel from Southport, England. Oh my, all the way from England. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm in the U.S., so I appreciate you stopping by from England. I love this. This is the cheapest way to travel. I love meeting people from around the world. And I try to keep like, man, I've heard some Americans make some comments to people from different countries that have made me like literally shudder. Like I'm like, see, you're what, or what is it, 1 o'clock there now? You're 5 hours ahead of me, I believe. I said, England's not like a big place and y'all sound different. Like I literally would have friends that like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm from London. And I'm like, okay, you're from London too? Why can I understand you but not you? Ooh, I had some friends online for a while that were Irish, and they were from the same city. Both grew up close to each other, and they sounded so. I felt so bad because like I couldn't understand a word that he said. I could not understand a word of it. Like I'm like, and it just makes me feel stupid. Oh, you went to 1984. What was your sport? Like, I mean, what was like your main one that you like to do? I've been doing billiards a lot lately. I know that's not like in the Olympics or nothing, but like I'm not like a sporty person. My son, we used to do Special Olympics when he was in school. So now he's getting older and less. I mean, I'm surprised he went along with it to begin with. He's a tough one to get to. You're like, here's something new. He's like, no. 1984. I was gonna say. So how old are you now, George? Yeah, and guys, welcome through. Like I said, tap the screen, like the live. If you hear me talking to somebody else, I promise you, I'm not losing my marbles. It's just the other chat. Like, I don't know. I like the dual stream. I like the dual stream. You know what I mean? And I said, my main TikTok is Misfit Ren. Make sure to go put a follow on me. I love it when people stop by to see me. I said, I just start running. Oh gosh, man, good for you. Good for you, George. You're 66. Okay, that's solid, man. For running. Are you still able to get out and like run and whatnot? You're probably like the healthiest person at that age ever. I've never been a runner. The only, I guess, kind of a sport that I did in like high school, I did cheerleading, like a lot of cheerleading for, I don't know, because I did. And they would make us run, and that was like fucking miserable. I had a friend that ran cross country, and I'm like, why do you enjoy this? I get that everybody likes different stuff, but like, why do you like this? This isn't like you're just running. You're just running. I was running, like, you know what I mean? It's just running. Like, I don't know. I would get bored, like, just spending that much time in your own head. Like a female's brain is a dangerous place left unattended. Oh, thank you, Grace. I appreciate you, baby. It's a, it's a glazed donut. I'm just gonna make a lot of like weird perverted comments about like it's a glazed donut. Yeah. You ever had somebody tell you like smile like a donut? Yeah, I don't know. And I said, guys, we are dual streaming. Hi, Chris. Welcome through. So if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I like to let people know so that way they don't think I'm nuts. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, she's just making up comments. No, these comments are there. I promise they are. I said, I typically do TikTok and YouTube first thing in the morning, but I do mix it up here and there. Like I'll try like Facebook or, all that stuff. So guys, welcome through. British Heart Foundation shop as a volunteer. Now, do you? That's good. I was going to say it's good to volunteer. Like, it's good to volunteer. I wish I had more time to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I had more time to do it. I would actually, like, I'm hoping that I can get it up and running. I would like to start a nonprofit that is for, and this is like, hopefully this year we'll get this up and running, right? Hopefully. Like, I'm not collecting money for it or nothing like that. I'm just saying this is the plans is to actually have like a nonprofit organization to help people take art classes that have special needs. Like, I think art is very important, and I think that a lot of times when speech isn't there necessarily, art can pick up where speech leaves off. So you know what I mean? It's a way to communicate what you're thinking and what's going on in your head without verbalizing it, which I think is really important. I think it's great for people to have an outlet. And I said there are some like there are. So I said I did the other night I did an art event, and it was like it was really cool. Like, it was really cool how it was set up. Like, it was my first one doing it. I'm like, yo, I will literally do any event that they have. It was neat. And I said I didn't expect to go in and have everybody like my stuff. I didn't expect to go in and like everybody's stuff, but you really don't. You just gotta do what you can do. You know what I mean? They only give you like, this one was different because I said it wasn't like a typical event. This was, you literally got like 20 minutes. Like, that's what you got, was 20 minutes. So I said I did put pictures on my TikTok of it, but like I'm currently nannered. Like, my main account, I got in trouble the other day. I was like, man, I'm not even doing shit. I think the worst deletion I ever had, like, of any account was at one point I lost over 100K people. I was like, like, yeah, I mean, you'd make it back, you know what I mean? Like, you make it back, it's not like that big of a deal, but still, when you, like, get to that point where you're like, wow, that's a lot of motherfuckers to lose, you know what I mean? They were there, and now they're gone. Like, they were there, 100,000, like, it seems like a big number to me. I was really excited, too, because that's, like, I was, like, one of a few people that had, like, over 100K. I was like, ooh, okay, cool, let's do this thing. And so I used to do a site called Meet Me, and that's where I originally started, like, live streaming. And that was like 5 years ago now, I said I have a small business that I run, and then like this is my when I need to like socialize, I need to like kind of get out of my own head for a little bit. I'll come on. I like this. I like this. I don't have any plans of stopping anytime soon. But so okay, back to the liquor store. Like I said, I do the weird news in the morning, so I ramble. Don't mind me, and I'm getting my head together and getting my caffeine in me and all that good stuff too. So spare me, share some grace with me. All I'm saying. So they ended up that so there was this break-in at this liquor store, and I said the video is very funny. If you haven't seen it, go watch the video because it's literally like I guess they came in the next day and the place was like destroyed. And what are they? My dog's sitting here farting. You are stinky. Phew, that's stinky. His butt's like right here too. Phew. Man, my mouth was open. I was busy talking and shit. That was thick. But so they looked at the video the next day. I guess, the shopkeepers came in. They're like, oh, okay, somebody broke in. They go and they watch the video and they realize, like, that there had been a raccoon that fell through the ceiling. And this is like a video. You can go. It's been a viral video. It's been shared a lot at this point. And there was a raccoon that fell through the ceiling and it got into the liquor and was running around the liquor. So thank you guys for tapping the screen. I appreciate it. Keep tapping for me, guys. Keep tapping. But yeah, so it was pretty funny. So you see the poor thing like stumbling all over the place. It definitely made a mess. I actually worked in an adult toy store for a while, right? And we had at one point where, I mean, it's not the boss's, it wasn't the boss's fault that the roof was falling. It's the landlord. Like, the landlord wasn't keeping up on, like, the roof care. And I literally came in one day and there was a hole about that big in the ceiling. I could see, like, this guy. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, that means now, like, birds and shit can get in there. What is that? It's just a me. It's just a me. All right, so, apparently jelly. Like, I'm not a big fan of The View. You guys watch The View? I'm not a big fan of The View. It's not my jam. I'm not a big fan of The View. Never really have been. I know Sharon Osbourne was on it for a bit, and I considered, like, watching it then, but, like, besides that, I really don't feel like I need to, like, I don't know. I got shit to do. I don't want to sit and watch The View. Like, I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. Like, I'll put on, like Stranger Things just came out, so I binge watched that, like, over the weekend. I did. That song is going to be stuck in my head. You know that the characters from Stranger Things have got to be so fucking sick of that song. Like, I get it, it's the theme of the show, but they literally find, like, a way to kind of insert it into the storyline, like, every show. So they play it at the beginning, and then find another way, and then every, like, scene, ding, ding, like, that song comes on, I'm like, oh, man. So, they're going out and doing all these promo, like, they're going out and they're talking about the new season of the show and all this stuff, and I just started watching it, like, not too long ago. I'd watch it one time, like, I kind of had it in background and didn't really get into it. And then I watched, like, that new season, and I kind of got into it, so I went back, and it was the whole thing, right? But I'm like, these kids, they gotta be, and I say kids, they're all, like, in their 20s, but they play kids. You gotta, like, every single promotional event, they're gonna come walking out, and they're gonna have that song from the 80s playing in the fucking background. Like, hey, and now we have da-da-da, he plays Mike, ding, ding, ding. Like, that song is gonna, like, I'm driving in the car, like, song. Fuck this song. Like, it brought, like, it was a semi-popular song back in, like, the 80s, but, like, I think she only had, like, one or two hits. I think she was more popular overseas than she was here. But I'm like, imagine that, like, 30 years after you release a song and you were only, like, a one-hit wonder, two-hit wonder, or whatever. Like I said, she didn't have, like, an impressive career. It was, like, I think, like, two songs that got big in the U.S., and they call you, like, 30 years later, they're like, yeah, so, and, I mean, that's if she owns the royalty. She might not own the royalty. I forget what her name is, like, Meg Waters or something like that. But, like, but just, you think your singing career is over, right? You think it's done. It's been 30 years, you haven't had another hit, you haven't even made music in 30 years. I'm just saying hypothetical situations here. And then randomly one day you get a call from Netflix, and they're like, yeah, so we want to use, this for your show, we'll give you X amount. Oh, okay. You're like, that's cool. You know what I mean? not realizing that like it was going to be like the whole backbone of the show. Like, you knew it was going to be a theme song, but you didn't know if the show was going to be quite that big. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess Jelly Roll went on The View recently and like snapped at like Joy Behar. I have met a lot of people that don't like her. I don't. I like I said, I don't really know. I couldn't tell you right now like anything that she's done besides like I have no idea how she got on The View. I don't know if she was a comedian. I don't know if she. I I don't know. I just can't get into it. A lot of the stuff, like sometimes, like I said, the one chick that they had on there when they originally started, she was like really into politics. Like, and I do think that debate is healthy. I think having conversation is healthy. Like they had Rosie O'Donnell and this chick going back and forth about politics. I was in a chick from South Africa's live stream, right? And she had a room, like she had all her boxes full. It was on TikTok, so there were like 8 other boxes, and they were all filled with people from the U.S. and politics came up, and I mean the whole, like every single box, like people, like they are very like with in this word, they're very. I don't want to say like like people they seem to feel either one way really hardcore or the other way like and she was like guys it's politics like this doesn't need to oh yes it does da 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 and she was like that was her first experience with like seeing somebody heaven forbid like and that's all it was one of the guys got in the box it wasn't even talking about anything to do with that. It was literally a dude got in the box and had a mega hat on, and like everybody was like, "You're a racist," like blah blah. I'm like, like I'm not political. Like I don't even get into politics. It's not my thing. Like I don't even register to vote. I proudly say that. But so yeah, Jelly Roll went on, and Jelly Roll he just seems like that. I don't know. He seems. I think people like him because he has that teddy bear factor, like the big nice guy who's in recovery and he's trying to take care of his kid and like people. I think more. People get that. Oh well, there's people on live and they cause drama and they have fights with people and all that stuff because that keeps people interested. Interested. You know what keeps people interested more is a success story like is a success story that it you know what I mean like it got to that they were once in this position but they made something of themselves. People love that shit. You know what I mean? So I good for him, good for his wife that they're using their platform to try to put like I said, she's his wife. She's got a pretty like impressive podcast too. She's got millions of followers on her podcast and she has like bigger names on there like Jeffree Star and all that stuff. But I like the fact that they're so open about their lives. Like she used to be an adult, like let's say companion. Like not, we're not talking like walking the streets. We're talking like a high end, I mean, where you gotta fucking through an agency like type shit. But and he was like a dealer. Like it was like definitely like like people love a success story. They love to see what's possible for people to do. They love, 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 and I think that's gets a better point across than fucking drama. Like I just can't do drama. It's too much. Like I said, I am epileptic, so like stress is like the worst thing in the world for me. It's the worst thing in the world. Like I have to completely stay away from stress as much as I can. So I don't have time to sit and argue with people online about shit. I'm not gonna do it. And I said, guys, I am dual streaming. Make sure you go follow my TikTok. Make sure you go follow my YouTube. I am currently bananas on my main TikTok, so we are going to be riding the struggle bus for the next couple days as far as views. So, like I said, screen tabs definitely help. YouTube's been going pretty well. That's been great. So I do with the weird news first thing in the morning. I'll normally come on and I will put my makeup on and get my day going and all that stuff. So let's see. And we do like I said, I'll just kind of as I'm like doom scrolling or whatever, right? Like I will kind of jot down like news articles that I happen to come across. So I don't do like tons of research. Like don't expect like biographies and like bibliography. Like oh, here's the direct link for this. This is just kind of stuff that I say that I'm like, oh, I think that's interesting. So I I'm more surprised that people are surprised at this one. Like this next headline, right? They are, hey, what's going on? How are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't want to say it's your last name. I don't want to say your first name. So I'll just go back. I'm like, it's different side. I'm hoping you can. I got in trouble on my main TikTok, Shepard, the other day, so they shut me down for a couple days. I'm like, yes. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. I really haven't done Facebook because, I normally have music playing in the background. Hello, hello, honey. Good morning. And, I'd like to have music playing, and it kept muting me. Like, it wouldn't let me talk. And then I said, I went out and I did that art event this weekend, and I went live, and people were coming through, like, oh, listen to it, like people. And I was like, shit, people can hear me? Oh, so I don't know if they changed their policy about music or whatever, but so yeah, my main TikTok's right now. I wouldn't even do it. I was sitting there like I just started my stream and it hit me for, you know, nudity, but I was covered. I'm like, where? Like, I get it. My shirts get a little like, risque sometimes, but I don't know. I look for you on there. Yeah, it's like I will be back on there tomorrow at like 10:45 in the morning. So, okay. They found this, and this is, like I said, I do the weird news. I am dual streaming, so if you guys hear me talking to somebody else, I promise you, it's just the other chat. I said I do YouTube. I decided I might do Facebook more. I might do Facebook more now that people can actually hear me. Like I said, I don't want to do it without music in the background. But, you know what I mean? But if that's maybe Facebook was like, we need to change like this because people are getting pissed and going to other sites. And I said, I realized that's what it was the one day because I turned it off. Like, I looked it up and it was like, oh, copyright. I'm like, okay, I get it. But at the same time, like, and so they said they've changed the policy to now, because I looked it up this morning. I was like, I wonder if people will be able to hear me if I go. And they were saying, as long as it's not the main focus of the stream, if it's something in the background, they don't mind anymore. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, let's give this a shot. So they did a research study recently, right? And I said, there's some interesting news articles out there to that. But so they did a research study, and they tested a whole bunch of different food from all different places, and they found that most food at this point has metal in it. I don't know. I'm just surprised that people are surprised by this. They're like, what? Like, yeah, everything's got metal, everything's got plastic in it, everything's got, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. Like, you ain't gonna go to McDonald's. Like, are there people that still believe that like fast food sells actual meat? It's like a meat byproduct. Like chicken nuggets from McDonald's aren't they like tofu or something? But they deep fry them to the point where they're like fattening as fuck. You know what I mean? They're delicious. But like, are there like maybe there are some fast food chains that like, but for the most part they make them in processing plants, and it's like this liquidy, like pink liquidy goo, and they cook it there in like mass amounts, and then they send it out to their thing. Don't watch the process of food being made. It'll make you not eat fast food again, like just straight up. You'll be like it literally looks like a 3D printer. Like it's just pooping out like this pink stuff, and then it fries it all up, and it's like this massive grill. I'm like, it looks very unappetizing. You guys ever watch that? There's one documentary. It's called Super Size Me, where this dude he decided he was gonna go, and it was when they had like the supersize menu, which if you got like a supersize menu, like even at like my heaviest, it would take me like 2 days to eat that bitch. Like they would literally give you a thing of fries that was like this big. Like, I mean, it was pretty intense. That supersized meal was pretty intense. And it was like cheaper too. Documentary that came out where this dude he eats nothing but McDonald's every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a month. And I thought it did a good job of showing, like, because he talked to this one guy that was like 65 years old and had eaten McDonald's every day. Like, not everybody's going to react. Not everybody's body is going to react. And that's what the dude had done since he was like 13 years old. At breakfast, lunch, and dinner had eaten McDonald's like every single day. Had no health problems, had no nothing. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's definitely possible. I just think that this man is like a unicorn. Like, his body's got so used to like over processed food that it's accepted it at this point. It's like, eh. But, yeah, like, so ended up that they took food, right? Like they took food from McDonald's and they put it underneath a jar and they left it for like it was something like a year, right? And they went back and they put like an actual burger because you know what happens to actual food is if it's left out for too long, it'll get bacteria, which will grow mold. You know, da 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 when it's made from actual ingredients, right? Like they went back like they went back like a year later and that shit was like it looked exactly the same. There was not a bit of mold. I mean, it looked like you could have taken there was a Burger King, right? I feel bad because there's a mall in my area that's like on its last legs. Like it's been around forever. But another one like popped up and got bigger and just kind of took over and now that's where everybody goes to hang out and it's stupid because I hate hanging out at the mall. I don't like going to the mall. And there was a Burger King in this old mall, and I can remember going to this Burger King like back in the day, like back in the day, like being a teenager, and they had shut their doors something like 20 years ago. Like all the stores there are like empty now, like it's like a shell of a mall type thing. Like I'm sure it looks like kind of. My mom sent me the picture the one day. She was like, "Dude, look at the mall." I was like, "Oh shit." And so, but they had found a burger in there, right? They had found a burger in there, and it looked like the person, they said it looked like the person had just left it. Like this place literally been closed for like 20 years. They were like, it looked exactly like it hadn't, like there was a tray sitting there that had half a drink. It had, you know what I mean? And nothing had, I think the drink had eaten through the cup, but the food itself was, like I said, if you ever really want to get tripped out, watch how like different fast food chains make their food. Like, oh god, it'll help you. Like, yeah, it definitely helped. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a nugget mood, I'm in a nugget mood. Like, if I'm in a nugget mood, and then people are like, "Oh, Chick-fil-A is healthier." It's really not. Like, there's like nothing. Like, have you guys been to? I love Aldi, right? You can go to Aldi and get chicken breasts that are like they're massive. You'll get these packs, and you can eat off of that for like 3 days. It's so much more cheaper, you know. Da, 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 da. So I'll get some stuff delivered, and then I do Aldi, right? Just for like my meats. But they like Aldi always wants to put out there that their brand is like fresh and all this stuff. There is no way in motherfucking hell that there are these mammoth chickens running around out there. Like, what are they putting in these shits to get them to grow to that size? Like, I pulled out one the one day, and it was literally this fucking big, which is great for price. Like, that's great. That's like a dinner in itself right there. But, like, what are they putting in that to make that grow? Because normal chickens, they, like, yeah, I'm saying, like, those, like, what are they putting in them shits? Like, because there's no, like, they're just, I just imagine this farm of, like, people riding around on these fucking, like, chickens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're, how big are these things? These things are, like, gonna be as tall as me. I'm, like, 5'1". They're gonna be right up there with me, like, whoa, that's a big-ass chicken. Like, it's got titties the same size as mine. I'm, like, looking at this, like, a normal chicken is about this big. About this big, give or take, about this big. But so where does that, like, chicken are normally like B cups and they just went right for like all of a sudden they're magically grown chickens that are K cups and shit. Like, it's crazy. All right. Um okay, so I've seen this one. Actually, I've seen this one on TikTok, which I was like really surprised on. Yeah, I'm telling you, don't watch how fast food's made. It'll fuck you up. It fucked me up for a bit. I actually didn't eat meat. I did well not I ate meat. I didn't eat chicken for like a year, right? Because I went to nursing school. At one point I was determined I was going to be a doctor, so I started doing my schooling for it, and I decided to go for nursing instead because it was less of a program. And they have you dissect things, right? Like I never dissected shit in biology. They used to always make kids do this. This was like fucking weird. Like, I did do this when I was in science class in like 6th grade, right? The shit that they used to have kids do would now be like a red flag for shit. Like, they would literally have you cut open. I get it. They're teaching anatomy to kids and like biology and like dino chickens. I love dino chicken nuggets. Happy dinos. I make mine hump though. I don't know if that's weird. I do it with my gummy bears too. It's like an immature like little joke. But yeah, fuck. I forgot where my brain went. So okay, I seen this one on TikTok the other day, right? So I said I just got in trouble on my main one. It happens. I think I'm on like my third TikTok at this point. And there was now this happened recently. It was a protest, and it was in Paris, and it was like it was against Shein. Like, the company Shein, like they had the wimp. I don't know, like Shein, like fuck it, they got cheaper clothes, and they're like, they're cute. They're not like super plain. Like they're cute. You know what I mean? So they were saying that Sheen was using women's body to, using women's bodies to be exploitative. Well, of course they are. Subconsciously, not subconsciously. I'm gonna learn how to speak one of these days. It's still early in the morning. Don't mind me. But my dog's like snoring his ass off. I keep telling him he needs a doggy CPAP machine. Every time he wakes up, I brace for impact because he's had like monstrous gas today. I'm like, oh god, this motherfucker! Like, he's got new butt cheeks that shouldn't make a sound, but he's been dropping he's been dropping them today. I know I'm talking about you, but so these women, they decide to go topless. Okay, well, like, is anybody? Every advertising agency does that subconsciously. Us as humans, if we look at a weight loss ad, right? And there's a thin person on it that says, "Hey, I lost 100 and da da da." We're not going to necessarily look to see, is this person real or are they just a model. You look, oh God, look at how good their body looks. Mine could look like that too if I use this product. Like, it's marketing. Like, they have people that, like, in the commercials and whatnot, they specifically place each sesame seed in a specific spot just to. Now they got AI generation for marketing stuff, so they don't even got to make it. Like, they ain't even gotta sit there and like glue on the sesame seeds and shit. And like they were using like plastic. Like, I don't know why I watch this stuff, but like I said, I'll keep documentaries on in the background, like while I paint sometimes, and like I'll pick up weird little shit from it. Like, so they were. I watched. Like I said, I was watching this documentary about people that was their job, was to put together the ads for like different food chain restaurants, and they were showing how they were doing it. They were literally taking like water, like most of the lettuce that you see in commercials, right? Looks so crisp and green and wonderful and all this stuff. Oh, the freshest lettuce in the whole world. Well, they're not using real food in advertising. They're not doing it. They're not even in movies. Like when they go to like take a bite of food in movies, they'll literally like put it down, like they'll cut, and then they'll put the fork in their mouth and pull it back out, like with no food in it. Like, they don't want them to eat what it's actually, because they're just trying to make it look good. They're not trying to make it look edible. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know weird factoids, but then I can't remember shit. Go figure that out. So I ended up, like I said, so I was watching, and they took, like, it was like a wax. Like, you ever see when they make like wax candles and stuff, and they put it in water? That's what they were doing. It was like green wax, but the way that they were putting it in, it was like rippling it, and it looked like lettuce. And I was like, that does look like fucking, yeah, that does look like lettuce. I wouldn't, I never really thought about it. But so, yeah, like I said, I try to, AI ruined a lot, like YouTube. Yeah, and I get that too. Like, there's books, there's all sorts of stuff that, I'm an artist, goes, so it's like, people, they don't necessarily need to buy art anymore. It's like a luxury item because people can AI generate anything, and it's just right there. Like, 3D printing, AI generation, robotics, like, they've come a pretty long way in like the last few years. Like, oh, I was gonna say, speaking of which too, like, okay, so there's a couple, like I said, I'm a weird history nerd. I love, I'm a nerd anyway. Love history, and I seen this one, right, and I thought that this was really interesting, so I wrote it down, right. Everybody's heard of Jack the Ripper before, right? Well, we have made advancements in things like DNA. Like I said, me and Shepard have the same genetic disorder. If I was born today, they would tell my parents today, like the day that I was born, like, oh, just so you know, for genetic testing, and well, a couple days while they're in the hospital. Hey, we did genetic testing. This is da 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 da. They're using it now. I think it's really neat that they're using it now to backtrack, like, in court cases, like, to see, they can take, like, say, a cousin of yours commits a crime, right? And then you go on and you're like, hey, I wonder what my ancestry is. And you submit your ancestry DNA to it. Then they can link his family back through your DNA. And then they look and they go, okay, well, this happened during this crime. Okay, well, they've got 3 sons. Okay, and they got a daughter. Okay, well, we can rule out the daughter. Like, there, there's and they can actually get it down to, and then they get the person in and they do direct DNA testing, and they're like, well, there you go. Like, like science can do some shit. So they ended up, and like I said, I question, like, you gotta, there's no way something can be 100%. Like, I think that this is neat, but at the same time, okay. So Jack the Ripper was like one of the, like the Black Dahlia. Like, there's these famous crimes, right? Because of course I'm a crime documentary person too. So I've watched a lot of crime documentaries. I watch more crime documentaries than I have, and I love history. So I've sat down, I've watched all this stuff about the Dahlia and Jack the Ripper. They identified who Jack the Ripper was. And this happened not to you. You guys can look this up. I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm like, why haven't more people not talking about this? Like, let me write this down. And because I hadn't heard about it. Like, I hadn't heard about it. I said, I actually was like so like into it. I started looking it up, and it's true. There was a guy who bought at auction, right? There was a shawl. And I'll tell you, like, this one too. Let's set this scene, right? One of the women, they were all working women that was unalived, we know this story. And people kept thinking this guy had been protected. Like, why couldn't they catch him? Why couldn't they catch him? He must be a doctor. At one point, they considered Queen Victoria's grandson to be a possible suspect. Like, but back then they didn't know what they were doing. Like, there was this shawl, right, that belonged to one of the women, and it had gotten passed down through the generation. I don't know why this would have been passed down, but it was passed down. And so it had her DNA on it, right? And they tested it, and they realized, I mean, there's always a chance that maybe that DNA got on there at a different time. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she was wearing it a couple days before. She was a working lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this is But so they finally, like, closed it, though, because what they did was they tested her DNA that was on it, and it came back that it was her. Like, it was her fluid. But then there was also another sample. You need to get under a guy now? I mean, what, right now? I don't think YouTube would like that very much. Yeah, I don't think YouTube would like that very much. Like, right now? Can I wait until later? Like, right now, G? I'm kind of busy. I'm putting my eyebrows on and shit. But so, yeah, they ended up that they, yeah, I mean, like, but so they finally solved it. It was a Polish immigrant who, like, it wasn't like, there wasn't some great, like, cover up, like, there was no, like, royal family. Like, I think that sometimes the stories people can come up with in their head, but they're standing there. Imagine this. Okay, later. Were you offering, Jay? Is that what it was? Or you were just telling me I mean, who doesn't need to get under somebody? You crack me up. I crack myself up. I'm like, I just hope other people laugh along with me here and there. But so they end up, and I said, guys, that is my doggy. You hear snoring. He is taking his morning nap. It's his very, very morning nap. But so yeah, like, so the guy's name was Aaron Kaminsky. He was a barber who had schizophrenia, who he passed away. I think he was like 34 or something like that, in a mental hospital. Remember how after a while everything just stopped? Like, they had this big string of these crimes that happened, and they just stopped. But here's the thing, is they're standing there with this shawl, and they're showing it, and it's, all I could think is, it's a shot of, it wasn't his red stuff that was on there. Like, that wasn't the DNA that they found from him, and that's what they found from her. This was white. So he wiped off, yeah, after. And I'm like, what if there was another guy that just she was a working woman? Like, I'm just saying, what if that was like somebody else? But they're standing on the news, and they're holding this shawl that has a spot, that type of spot on the front of it. I was like, what the like, you realize, okay, well, what kind of DNA? Oh, well, that's not spit. Okay. Like, I was like, so hopefully they'll do more things like the Dahlia and stuff like that. Yeah, I just thought it was so funny. So there was this dude, he bought this shawl at auction, right? I'm like, That's a little weird factoid to have in your collection. Like he was really into, he wanted to be the one to solve the Ripper great case, and he did all this research. And they, like I said, he had it validated, he had it compared. They did direct DNA from his descendants, like all this stuff. So they're sure. Now, in my head, I'm thinking, like I said, she, we don't know how busy she was. Back in the day, they didn't think of, like, they didn't have anything to protect themselves from other stuff. So like, how do you know that wasn't just a customer that was earlier in the day? You know? Or no, it happened at night. So I'm saying, like, maybe it was somebody like, you know, it's not like they just stick to one a night. Like, you know, I like, especially back then, they were like, oh yeah, like, come on, because that was the only way they could make money to feed themselves. Like, you know? So, but yeah, so he had schizophrenia. He passed away in a mental hospital, but that's why it kind of stopped after a while. But I'm like, this dude's standing on the news talking about how much money he spent on a working woman's shawl with a giant shot on the front of it. And he's standing there holding it like this, and I'm like, oh, it looks crusty. Like, you didn't have to show us the spot. Like, you didn't have to put it right up there in the camera. You could have just, you know, said we found DNA and left it at that. Like, I mean, like, it was very much like, you remember when they showed, like, Clinton's? Like, they showed the blue dress. Like, I get that she kept the dress to, like, entrap him. Like, I get that. But, like, so you walked around the White House with that on your dress during the day, and then you went home and it was still like, wouldn't you want to wipe it off? Like, what are you taking your hair? Like, it was a blue dress. It was like it was noticeable, and then she kept it in her closet, which is already like nasty. Like, come on, why are you not washing your clothes afterwards? That, see, I don't think about somebody like, oh, let me blackmail somebody or like, yeah, they did that. So I said shit with Monica Lewinsky with her dress, right? That had Clinton's, you know, on it, and they're standing on the news like holding up this dress that has his shot, and I'm like, that's got to be a weird scenario for any human. I don't give a fuck whether he's a good person, bad person. Like, she got free hair, all right, all right, all right. Like, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could have lived my whole life and never looked at, because see, like, the way my brain works too is they look like Rorschach tests to me. They do. They look like Rorschach. You see one of those spots and you're like, oh, it's a butterfly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's like a crusty butterfly. But like, I could have lived my whole life and never seen Clinton's stuff, and I would have been all right. I would have slept fine at night. I wouldn't have been like, you know what I really need to say? You know what I want to say? Like, what's up? How are you? I'm good. Why? I'm hanging in there. How are you, honey? Okay, so moving on from these. But I just thought that was interesting. They saw, like, Bobby saw it, right? Like, I'm like trying to think of a tasteful way to put it besides like what I want to say. Like, no nightmares. We're right. No regrets. We're all in too deep now. Watch, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't see it. Here, let me go Google it." Don't, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And like, I can't, like, but that was also another scenario where I was like, "Why are people surprised?" Oh, I'm good, Ghost. I'm hanging in there. Like, people were like, "What?" Like, Clinton repeatedly lied to people, and then people repeatedly were like, "What? He lied? Yeah, he's a politician. That's what they do. They're not going to tell you the truth." Like, he literally went on. I said he grew up in the 60s. He was in college in the 60s, and they got on him for. Everybody did. Why would you not just go on TV and say, "Yeah, I did it once. I tried it. I was in school. It was the fucking 60s." You know what I mean? Like, I was in college. Yeah, I did. Instead, he went on and said, "I did not inhale." And you know what that did? That pissed me off because he wasted somebody else's shit. I would rather have him be like, "Yeah, I used to smoke. As a matter of fact, sometimes I still do." Okay, you know what, Mr. President, you do your thing. But like, why are you wasting other people's shit? That's just inconsiderate. So what you are is you're posing as somebody that's cool. In your head, you think it's bad boy stuff. You know, like, but then he's like, he looked right at, I did not have. Like, who told him to go on TV and deny having this with this woman. Like, who, they should have just not even addressed it. Just don't address it. Don't address it. Instead, you had him go on to TV and say it directly, and then like, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, but I would have more respect. I smoke. I'm a smoker. You know what I mean? Like, I have epilepsy. Like, it helps with it. At least it says it does, and that just gives me an excuse to, use it. Like, I do. I make edibles. Like, all sorts of stuff. But I'm very open about it. Like, I'm not like sitting here like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it was the 60s. Just so, yeah, I did. You know what I mean? Like, I did. I regret it now because I got caught. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? We got bigger things to worry about than whether or not the president's ever smoked a J. Like, get together. And they're like, what? He was having an affair with interns? Yeah, they all do. This is not like a new thing. Oh my God, there's a man in power who's using his position to get some young, yeah, like, to get some tail. Like, yeah, because nobody else in history would ever do that. No other politician ever has ever gotten with an intern. Ever. Not one time. That Oval Office, I guarantee you, if you took a black light in there, that shit would glow like Chernobyl. Like, seriously. It would be like, you're like leaving radiation spots on the wall and shit. Like, I'm just saying, like, you don't want to take a black light into the Oval Office. You're going to find all. They should take out the squatches of, like, the carpet and do DNA testing on it, see who's DNA. Oh, let's solve some You know what? Like I said, we got other shit. We got other shit to worry about than who's getting their, their jollies rocked in the Oval Office. Like, would you not do it? I mean, sometimes you're in a certain area and you're like, you just want to do it to check it off the bucket list. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you didn't want to do it. I know that, right? You're like, it's like, you ever walk in somebody's house that has carpet and it's like the cheap carpet and it's like all stuck together. Normally it's great in apartments and you walk in and it feels sticky. Ghost, they just had recently, and I say this just because we're talking about the carpet in the Oval Office. There was a guy recently, and ironically enough, he was a pharmaceutical CEO. And he was there for, I forget what he was in there for. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen this, but I thought that was, in this context, it definitely makes it funnier. And he passed out. Like, I don't know if they've said what happened to him or whatnot, but he was literally in the middle of it. And, like, just imagine. I mean, I'm sure they've replaced the carpet, right? But, like, you really think Donald Trump's never done it in the Oval Office? His wife always looks so mean, doesn't she? Compressed and sticky. It's compressed. It's never going to be its full carpet ever again. Like, but you think Trump, like, oh God, like, I don't like going to DC in 2020. Oh, I strongly recommend it. I was going to say, Shepard, like, tell me, I'll come down and meet you. I love going down to DC. I love going down to DC. It is the coolest trip. There's so much history there and there's so much stuff to see. And that's where we used to always go on field trips in my school because it was like close enough. It's only like a couple hours away, and like we're gonna go learn about shit. But they left off the Oval Office tour to school trips. Mm, mm, mm. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, I'll be that close. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in Delaware. Yeah, I'm in Delaware, so I've been down. I went down to Washington D.C. as like an adult, maybe a couple years ago, and it's so cool. Like there's like tours you can take on trolleys, and why have so many women imitated Lorena Bobbitt after she did it because they thought she had a good idea. Why does Bobbitt keep coming up on my YouTube? Like I had like a 2-hour conversation about this like, the other day. Like, are you the same person that started the conversation the last couple times I've been on about it? He's like, I want to rejourney. I don't know. I don't really think a lot of people have they imitated her. I've never heard of anybody else doing it. Like, listen, women be crazy. Do not fuck with us because, like, all it takes is one that's crazier than you. That's it. Oh, this is school trip. Okay, gotcha. Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. I went to the President's Steakhouse. And I was looking around, and I'm like in there. I'm like in like my jeans and my t-shirt and my hoodie and everything. Everybody's like all in like business suits. It's like $200 steaks. I was like, yeah, I should have like not gone by reviews when it came to paying for dinner. Like everybody's all sitting around like there have been. Okay, but why, Destiny? Can I ask why you're so concerned about this? Because this is right. This has been you that's come in like the last three live streams that I've done. No, not yesterday, but like this last week. Like to be like, right? You were the one that brought it up the other day, right? Prison and Steakhouse, great name, right? Everybody wants a prison steak, like all nice and chewy, like a hockey puck. But like, is this maybe you should not mess around with your like on women if you're really like that concerned? Like, if you're really worried that something could happen like that, then I would just say like just keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, just like, but you can't go through your life with this fear of some woman taking your dangle off. Like break that right. See all the buildings they have the whole schedule. Oh my god, I'm telling you, the Lincoln Memorial is very cool. It's very cool. You do not seeing it on TV does not give it justice. It looks like a small house. You go in, you standing next to it, or like you literally look like you're like that big. Like it is massive. The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial was probably my favorite. Like it's beautiful. You go and like it's all lit up at night, and the whole side of it is like yellow marble, and it's this giant piece of marble. And he's like, I like art and I like history, so I'm like, ew, Washington D.C. Like that was a great trip. Another trip that I really liked. I went up to Salem, Massachusetts. I like that. How was she, dude? Destiny, you came through the other day and asked all these exact same questions. Like for real, you literally asked this. This will be the well. This is a new week, but like we're asking the exact same questions that we've already discussed repeatedly. Is this like a thing for you? Like, are you getting some enjoyment out of the thought of that? Because that's the only reason I can think somebody keep bringing it back up repeatedly in somebody's chat. Never been there, but went to the Fountain of Youth. Did it make you younger? I'll be real. My daughter brought me back one of those things from the souvenir shops, right? And she thought it was funny. I thought it was funny too. I drank it. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I still have the bottle, but I did. I drank it. I'm sure, why not? Damn, it's not tequila. Fuck. But like, I don't. No way. Then why do you keep talking about it, Destiny? We weren't discussing Bobbit. We weren't discussing Bobbit the other day. We weren't discussing Bobbit the other day before that. We weren't discussing Bobbit the other. So why do you keep coming in and bringing it up? Because it seems like you're not coming in and joining conversation. You're coming in and it's Lorena Bobbitt from the gate. Like that's your first comment again. So I have to assume that you're getting something out of it. Because why else would that be all you talk about the whole time you're in multiple days in a week? When that's not been the topic at all, except when you particularly have brought it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't, like, remember kids? Yeah, I like you. Why? Thank you, Kamara. I appreciate it. But like it's, I was gonna say Shepard's been here like every day. She's probably, I'm sure people in my life are tired because like I'll sit and discuss things, but like why? Like I don't understand why you keep coming in and bringing it back up again. Like we weren't talking about her at all. You were in here the other day and we had like a 2 hour conversation about her the other day. So why are we talking about her again when she's not relevant? I was talking about the presidents. But you came in the other day and tried to start the conversation again. Yeah, right. I do like it. You're funny. Like funny people. But like that doesn't seem odd to you that you would come into somebody's live stream repeatedly just to talk about Lorena Bobbitt repeatedly. Like just saying. You wouldn't be like a little like if you were a streamer and somebody kept coming through talking, hey, did you hear about that dude that got his yeah, I did. You talk about it, then you'd be like, dude, find a new topic. Like like but yeah, but what great, you watched the documentary. Okay. Cool. All right, back to the weird news. Like, go. Maybe that person is responsible for the other 100K. Right? Like maybe she's just a serial at that point. Or you mean Destiny? I'm like, he's literally come in here. He didn't answer when I said, "Has it been you that's coming repeatedly?" So it has been him because he would have been like, "Nah, what? This is the first day I'm talking about." But it's. I was being gracious when I said 3 times. It's been more than 3 times he's come in, and that's been the first thing that he's brought up. I say he because he's very concerned about losing his wiener to like a mad woman, or he's very into the. I don't really know at this point, honestly. I don't really know, but like, you don't ever get tired of just talking about like Lorena Bobbitt, because like he's literally had talked about it and then like did like there's been no other subject. But I said like I haven't even been talk. I talked about it one day when you came in and asked about it, and you've come through every day since to talk about it again. Like there's not really much more to say about it. Like I summed up the documentary like the first day. Like there's not really. Do you wanted to give me a review of the documentary? Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see next. I guess. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know what else you want me to say about that I haven't already said, because it wasn't like normally when I got started on a topic I'll go on about it for a bit. I know that I do this. I'm a horrible person to date. You know what I mean? Like shut up, just shut up. But yeah, I have nothing else to say about Lorena Bobbitt because I've talked about it repeatedly. So I'm moving on from that topic. If you want to hang out and have other conversation, we can. But like you don't need to come back tomorrow to talk about Lorena Bobbitt again, is all I'm trying to say. That I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm just letting you know. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Not trying to be an asshole, but I'm just saying other topics are welcome. I try to bring other topics too. Like, but he was the one that brought it up the first day. And I'm like, okay. Like, it's getting a bit weird. It's getting a bit weird. All right, so they have just speaking of documentaries, here we go. We'll segue into something else. So 50 Cent is doing this tour, right? Because he has this new documentary coming out about the D man, whose name I can't say online because then it wants to flag me, right? Well, that's an interesting name, Moose. But so it it is about like all his bad shit, right? And 50 Cent is literally like gloating. Like he is like, yeah, like he like see he's like, oh, we're not talking about Bobbitt and left. I don't know, man. The internet be a strange place sometimes. I don't know. I have people come through. They're like, "Can I gift you to see your souls?" Like, no, I'm here. Okay. The internet be a crazy place sometimes. I was gonna say there's a video that's going viral right now, and I thought this was interesting. This woman got into a fight with this guy on it was like on TikTok. It was like a comment, right? About like I don't know what it was about. I didn't watch the thing. The woman knew there's a lot of like there's a reason I don't use my real name on stuff. Like I'll use it for like local stuff, but I don't use it on like my because there's always crazy people out there. There's just crazy people out there. Like I said, I grew up in like farmland and shit, so like I'm not really concerned about that. I know how to use, but like I would prefer it. I try to be a pacifist and try to not. I don't want to do anything to hurt anybody else. I don't. I know I can be an asshole, but I don't want to do it. But at the same time, somebody comes in my house when I'm sleeping, and guess what? Yeah, I mean my dog ain't gonna stop him. Fuck, man. There's somebody smart enough to break in my house in the middle of the night and bring chicken nuggets. They're gonna make a new friend. Like just putting that out there. Ain't nobody do it, because I ain't gonna be as nice. But my dog will be like, "Oh, you brought nugs? Cool, we're friends now." Like fucking trading ass. So this woman, she drove 3 hours. Like she actually went on. I'm jumping because I jumped forward by accident talking about the documentary. But this woman, she drove 3 hours, right? And people are like, "Yo, she's like, that's some petty ass shit." Like to invest so much time in something that, like, I mean, it was like one comment online, right? Like one comment on like one of her pictures that this dude made. And I don't know what the comment was. I didn't even get into all that. I was like amazed. She showed up at his job, drove 3 hours, showed up at his job, and like and people are like praising her. They're like, oh, and she came in just smiling like a crazy person too. Like she's like, hi, does Mike work here? Hi, wait, you're Mike, aren't you? And he's like, uh, what? And then now, like I said, this is a woman who's had the guy. I can feel it. Like she's had trust issues with men before because she made it a point to go like there's men that, Grinder, for anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's a dating site for just men. And there's a lot of men that, maybe don't want to have everything, because maybe they're married or maybe they're, and apparently this guy was. And she said to him, like, people were like, damn, you're a gangster. You know what I mean? She said to him, either you read this apology letter that I've written, or I'm going to send screenshots to your wife of your Grinder account. And he was like, okay, I took the paper out. It's like she didn't show him on it. So for all you know, but it's been like a viral video that's been going around right now. And like I said, back to the documentary one. I did watch that. I did watch the D-Man one. And I did not really, he's just a turd. I thought he was a turd back in the day. That fucking song that he wrote when Biggie passed, that was horrible. That was horrible. And they played that shit into the ground. Oh god, that was horrible. And dance, but like, why did he ever get popular? Like, why is this like what? Like, what? Like, it was so like he thought. I cannot believe that there are people that looked at him originally and thought, you know what? He seems like a cool dude. I want to go to his parties. Fuck no, I don't want to go to his parties. Then people are like, ah. Like, I'm not saying, like, people aren't victims. I'm not. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, take a drink. Drink out of your own little flask if you're worried about, like, Hollywood parties are pretty notorious for stuff getting slipped into stuff. But then, like, when it's the host, and a lot of people, and the big thing with him is a lot of people in Hollywood knew that all this was going on, and they tried to bring it forward, but he was just, but I'm like, like, I don't know. I was never really like a fan of his music. Like I said, that song that he wrote about Biggie was like, it was horrible. It was horrible. Back in the day, it was horrible. Like, it's even worse today. Like, you know what I mean? But he's on like the MTV Music Awards performing it with Biggie's wife, and that's like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. So he's doing promo. So he's going out and doing all these like different promotional things for this documentary that just got released on Netflix. And he's like, when I tell you, like, you know how like the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar had that like that smirk, like he was just gloating like a motherfucker knew, like, hey, you want to go back and forth? I just won. That was the same look. Like, but so 50 Cent, he's doing this promotional tour of this documentary, and he's like it's a horrible subject, but you can tell how much he dislikes this human because he's like, and he's like, no, I have a feeling that he probably. People are like, so what do you think? They were like, what do you think he'll think about this? And he's like, I think that he's probably gonna love the fact that it's about him, and that's he's not gonna care. And I'm like, I can see that. I can see that. Like he's like, I'm gonna have my comeback. Like, dude, stop. No, like just stop. Just stop. Like they're trying to sell their mansion out in California now. Nobody will buy it. I'm like, okay, another place you don't want to take a black light to. It'll look like the Oval Office. But yeah, so he's also told people in one of these interviews, and I thought that this was interesting, right? That as a threat at one point, he had taken and had funeral flowers sent to 50 Cent. Yeah. That was like his way. That was his intimidation method, was let me send him flowers. So scared. Like, I wouldn't be scared of somebody like that. Like, I get that it was meant to be like a threat. Like, we'll put these. I get that, but like, who goes to threaten somebody and sends them flowers? Like, next they're gonna send you like a fucking edible arrangement and shit. Sorry for your loss. You're like, cool, strawberries. I'm in the mood for them. Pineapple, all these chocolate covered shit. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, he's gloating like a motherfucker. There was another Atlantic City boardwalk fire. I don't understand like what they need to do. They need to like Atlantic City in like the last 15 years has had so many major the first ones because Atlantic City used to be the place back in the day, right back in the day to go. Like you would go there and it was they had like an amusement park and I used to love to go up there. They had the House of Blues, they had all these concert venues. The Taj Mahal had like all these shows. Like it was a really neat place to go. And now it's kind of like not. Like there's stuff that happens up there. They got like Rainforest Cafe, and they got like I probably haven't been up there in like maybe like 10 years or so. And but I used to go up there all the time. And then they had the hurricane the one year we had, and it like wiped out like the amusement park, and the amusement park had to shut down. So then like I don't know, but like so they keep having like these. I'm like, how about like why don't we? You do realize there are flame resistant coatings we can put on boardwalks, but then maybe do better. Like, at least do it around the stores that are. This one came because there was a peanut, like, I don't know, there's a peanut store around there. So that's what ended up starting it. There was a popcorn store like the last time, like, and that was just like maybe a couple of years ago. But I'm like, maybe we should put that on the list of things to do for Atlantic City is like reinforce the boardwalk, like make it so that way it's fire resistant. Like I'm not saying make it all metal, but there's stuff that you can put on it that will make it less flammable. You know what I mean? But like you're just like it's gonna hit the ocean and stop. All right, guys, I'm gonna get ready and go get my day started. So I'm like dragging you. So you make some coffee. Hey, drink some coffee and get my day going. I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. I appreciate you guys coming by to see me. I will be back later on. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. All right. I will catch y'all in a little later.